All right, guys. Well, welcome. It's Karen, and I'm here with Jamie and Megan, and we're so excited to be hosting our jackpot call. We have some exciting news. We have 3 new people joining the jackpot group this week because they have completed their 2,000 plus recently, some as recently as today. So that's super exciting. So we also have some people who are going to graduate. So first we're going to welcome in our new people. So we have Lyndsay Metz, who has a video picture. Lyndsay, you're hiding. Everyone can't see your beautiful face. Make me sad. I know you're in there somewhere. So anyway, I know Lyndsay well. She's in my organization. She is direct to Gina Zervas. And Lyndsay, have you got yourself unmuted? She looks like she does. I can't hear you if you are. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, and then we also have, and I hope I don't say this wrong, Jessie. Is it Weisner? Weisner?
Yeah, Weisner.
Weisner. Okay, welcome, Jessie.
Thank you.
Jessie, you are on Andrea Ellis's team, is that right?
Yes.
Under Jody Brown. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Very
good. Well, welcome. And then you sponsored someone that's already completed her 2,000 plus, and that's Michelle Paul. Is Michelle on here? I'm looking. There's pictures everywhere. So there is a couple phones. So she might be. Jessie, do you see her on here?
Let's see.
There are, like I said, there's a couple phones, and so phones don't always give us names. So, okay.
Okay, I'm here. Michelle's here.
Okay, welcome, Michelle. And so Jessie's your amazing sponsor, and you girls are just rocking it. So
thank you.
Jessie, I'm going to start with Jessie, and hopefully by the time we get done here, Lyndsay come back real quick, like literally 30 to 60 seconds, because this is what we teach this group, is to spit it out fast. Tell us, Jessie, what either attracted you to pick one, either business or product.
For me, it kind of happened at the same time. I had been watching Andrea and her posts and what she was doing with the shreds and how she was eating, and I was already kind of doing a lot of that. And I was ready for something to push me to lose the rest of my baby weight. So I was interested in the shred. And when I finally joined on, I was like, I want to do it and I want to sell it. I just felt drawn to do it. So, perfect. And it's been really working out well for us.
Good. Well, we're excited to have you in this group because now you're going to get to learn how to get a bigger paycheck. So that's always exciting. And Michelle, same thing. You want to tell us either what attracted you to the product or the business?
I would say the product. Jessie told me about it a couple months ago, and I went looking at the company and then the product because I teach fitness classes, and I've always been looking for something pure and excipient free. Later, I learned that this is a whole food nutrition cap versus a supplement, so I thought that was pretty awesome, and I kind of just went with it from there, and the business has just been, good for me too, since my husband lost his job.
Oh, well, you're going to make that up for him real quick. You're going to hear
I hope so.
You will. I'm excited for you. Lyndsay, I saw you pop back on, babe, and now I see dark again. Are you there? I could give you her story because she gave it to me in plot format as Gina taught us, and she did it on our launch Zoom last night. Lyndsay's an awesome mama of a little girl, and I know part of her why is her husband's a musician, but he's having to work retail right now, and so she is ready to get him out of that store. So she actually has shared before on the Freedom Revolution, so you can check out her story there. So. All right, well, this is the really exciting part. We have 4 graduates. We actually had several of you that have had either qualified your business or you've had a jackpot at least once. some of you twice, but you wanted to stabilize and stay, and some of you are moving on. And then we do have a few people that are going to go ahead and stay with us one more month, and we're excited to have you. But because we know that next month you're going to be away and we won't get to have you anymore, but we're excited for you moving on. So we have Bethany Beats, Amber Schneider, Gina Huff, and Heather Silvey that are all graduating tonight. Like, I was seriously, you guys, emotional. I was trying to find you, and I did. So we're going to play music for you guys, okay? But I'm going to have you guys each, same thing, like a minute, just tell us a little share. So I'm going to start with Bethany. If you could unmute yourself, Bethany. Hey, girl.
Hello.
Okay, give us like 1 minute of just, I'm going to change it for you guys. These people also had no idea what they're going to say. But either, if you want to say something about product or business, but we'd love for you just to say like what being in this group, if it, has helped drive you forward, or, how you feel moving your business towards a 3 club now.
That's exciting. So I started product and business, same thing, all in the same day, but it was 12 years in the making because I have a thicker head than most. And I feel like it carried over into business stuff too. So even though like all of these things with the group, like here's the little pieces that you have to do to build the Jackpot business. I knew all of it. I just didn't do it all the time because I got a thicker head than most. So once you put the things into play, it's like, okay, yeah, this isn't the first time I've had, qualified business, but it is easy to lose if you stop doing the steps. So it's been a climb to get back to it. So I'm really excited about that. So thanks for letting me do that. So I don't know if that was exactly what you wanted.
No, that's perfect. And
okay.
That's a piece of it. There's lots of people in here that maybe at one time had a qualified business and they're just rebuilding structure. All 3 of us as NMDs, I think, have shared with you that we're all rebuilding. At some point there might be a leg in your business that needs rebuilding, and that's part of the journey. And Megan's going to help us dive into all that tonight. But we're going to go to our next graduate, Amber. There's so many faces. I'm trying to find everybody. Amber Schneider. I know there she is.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you. So same thing. Yeah, I started product and business in the same day, but I wasn't quite as long as Bethany, but about 1.5 years. I just wanted to research and then just didn't get it like I wish I would have. And this group has been amazing. I have half a notebook worth of notes, and we've only, done this a month and not even a half. And so just same thing, like I've been really trying to work at myself on studying more and just learning the business more and spitting it out faster and things like that. And the numbers, like I love how in the first couple ones we went over just, the numbers and how to do that for ourselves. So it's been really helpful for me.
Good. Well, as you move on to 3 club, then we'll take your new people and we'll help them get to Jackpot, and you'll be a 3 club, and then those 3 people you'll be a 12 club, and you'll be at the Eltons next year. So
yeah,
awesome. All right. Well, next we have Gina. I'm looking. I know I saw her once on here already.
I'm here.
There you are. Okay.
Here I am. So kind of the same thing as both Amber and Bethany. So I started the business and the product at the same time, but it was 10 years ago, so it took me a while to understand it. I didn't put forth any effort for a long time, but I took the product faithfully for that amount of time. And then Jamie Kenzie said, you need to be in this group and the group before this too. But this group really excelled my understanding of just like Amber had said, the reports and understanding how to get there and just how to build my story and build the product story and the business story. So I'm grateful, very grateful to everybody. It was like Amber said, tons of notes.
Good. Well, I'm glad it was helpful for you. All right. Well, last but not least, Miss Heather, let's hear from you.
Okay, am I unmuted? I guess the key right now is that you all have to start the business and the product all at the same time, because I did the same thing. So that's kind of funny. But I started 4.5 years ago taking the product and started the business because I just was, as a massage therapist, it just made sense to have something to offer to my clients. But I honestly didn't know what I was taking exactly. I thought it was a fancy multivitamin and didn't really know much about the business. I just followed my intuition and jumped in. So it took me a couple years to just learn and figure out what I was doing and what it was, and get the importance all behind it. But and then I had to do a lot of work on myself and personal change type stuff to learn how to talk to people, because like me, I didn't have any relationship skills. I was never taught that. I was very independent and did everything by myself. And so I think for me, a lot of it's also being able to trust other people to help work on things. But this group, I think that it's given me a lot of really neat pieces, and just how to, like Christine April's thing, to go through and color code and check all those. That was an amazing training, and that was just absolutely phenomenal to kind of go through and really see that and pull all that out, and just lots of little pieces, and doing the selfie videos and things to kind of challenge me a little bit and do some different things, maybe in a different, or do maybe some of the same things, but in a different way, and look at it differently. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yay. All right. Well, let's see. I wish that this had like actual, pictures in it, but we do have this little, song, the little pomp and circumstance. This is your little graduation song, girls. I feel like you should have little caps and gowns, and you don't have to make sure you hit that like button. That's their video, not ours. But I'll just play a few more seconds. Oh. Every time I get this song, I get totally choked up. I don't know why. So anyway, hopefully you can still hear the music going here. So all of you who got to hear Bethany and Amber and Gina and Heather, this could be you next month, right? Who wants to graduate next month? Yeah, awesome. Okay. Big well in the music. Okay, so this is the sad part, but fun part. So actually Heather and Bethany and Amber and Gina, we're gonna ask you guys to hang up and leave our call. Emotional impact for everybody else. So say goodbye to our graduates, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, so sad, but really exciting, right? It's weird. Feels like our own little ducklings. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it straight over to Megan, you guys. She has an awesome training prepared for you guys. I think she has a couple slides she's gonna screen share, and I know that took up a little bit more time than I thought it was going to, so we probably will use up all our time right to the end. And
we do 30, right, Karen?
We do, but would anybody be opposed if she needs to go over like 5 minutes tonight or something?
Okay.
No. Okay. We usually end really early. We've never gone over with this group, so, but she's got a really great training we want you guys to get. So take it away.
Do you guys see my screen?
Well, it's black. It just, oh wait, yes. Yes, we do.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to jump right into 2 different documents that I posted in our Facebook page. If you didn't get a chance to print them off, I would go ahead and do that as early as possible this week so that you can get started on this. And so kind of as Karen shared, we're really starting over. We're starting back over for the 8-week process. This last 8 weeks was, of course, the first time we were really going through this. So for those of you who have been in the group the whole time, you might see some changes, which I think is always beneficial. And this is one of them. So Jamie really thought it would be a good idea to not only talk about story sharing, but take it one step further back to really developing your why. And I think if anything, when we hear these stories of these guys who've been in their business for quite some time, you really do. You need to eventually have a really strong why that's going to keep you going. And there may be some of you who thought you would totally rock through this in that first 8 weeks, and now you're in this group again. And that's okay. That's a good thing, because it does mean that there are those pieces that you're still working on, you're still developing, and this could be one of them. And if it's one of them, it probably is right at the heart of where your business wants to go and needs to go, but may not quite be there yet. So the first of the two documents, they're both around your why. The first one is called Getting to the Heart of It. This is a document that's going to help you to really get to the emotional root, the emotional link to your why. So when you hear us talk about to have a why that makes you cry, this document will get you there. And it's a really amazing exercise, and it really does just that. It drills down to the point that it really helps you to have that emotional connection. We'll go through it in greater detail here in just a second, but I just want to show you how the two documents play together. So the second one that I asked for you to print off is this one, and it's your why and your vision. And it really allows you to kind of dream, kind of assess where your life is right now, and then take those dreams, put them into goals, and then actually give them time-bound actions that you can act upon from those goals as well. And we're going to partner these two documents together. So the first one, we'll go back to the other one, is where we start. We want to first really get to the heart of our why, really get deeply connected to what is going to drive us in this business. And the reason is it's not always easy. It doesn't always come fast. And unless you have a reason you're doing this that you are really emotionally connected to, we can let those failures that, maybe resistance, maybe somebody discontinues their order, or you get resistance from someone in terms of supporting your business. Those kinds of things can come up. And unless you've got a really strong emotional why to keep you going, you can sometimes let that get in the way. And this is what's going to help you get through that. So it's a really great worksheet. First, it just asks you what you want this business to do for you. Why do you want to do this business? What are you willing to do to get it? So those are kind of the high-level questions. When you go down here, it really helps you decide what your why is. So maybe you're thinking, I have no idea, or maybe you just hit your VF, and so you really haven't even thought about developing a why yet. This helps you drill down to it. So what Catherine Lee suggests is there's really 3 different categories as to why people start their business. One being a decision around a financial reason. One being for fulfillment in terms of really wanting to be part of a cause, leaving a legacy. And then the third is for fun, really being part of our amazing community, our awesome team, and just really enjoying that piece of it. So kind of checking the box in terms of your high-level reason around why you started your business. Then from there, the second page is where the magic really is. So it is the 7 levels deep exercise, and you're going to put your answers in these boxes here, and you literally just ask yourself this question 7 times over. So it says, what is important to you about building a successful Juice Plus business? So you put that answer in this box, and then you transfer that answer from this box down to this line. So then you're asking yourself, well, why is it important for me to, what your answer was in that box, put a new answer as to why that's important to you. Then you transfer this second box down to this second line. So why is it important for me to do that? And then you get deeper and you get deeper and you ask yourself that question 7 times over. And anytime I've done this exercise live on a coaching call, we all end up in tears. Literally, we all do, because it literally takes you down to that emotional state. And this is a great example where they show kind of what that looks like. So the person said, I want to make more money. You know, that's a great overarching answer that we hear so often. Well, why is that important? Because they wanted to get out of debt. Why is getting out of debt important? So they could stop working so hard to pay someone else. Why is that important to you? Because I want to do things in my life with the fruits of my labor. Well, why is that important to you? To take care of my mother who is widowed and needs help. And why is that important to you? Because she sacrificed everything to send me to college, and I want to make sure she's taken care of in her golden years. And why is that important to you? because I want to be in control of my life so I can keep those around me who can help themselves, who can't help themselves, know they are precious, worthy, and loved. And how cool is that? That's then where that person got to. Such a meaningful, servant-hearted, caring why that absolutely is going to keep them driven and really seeing that big picture for themselves when the going gets tough. And I just think it's the neatest thing, because here she started at make more money. And as you drill down in there, that takes on a whole new meaning. So I absolutely encourage you guys to do this exercise early on this week. The earlier in your month, the better. The earlier in your business, the better. I'm not going to ask that you necessarily share it with us in our group or take screenshots, because I do think in a way it's personal to you. But I would share it with your buddy. I would share it with your upline so that they know what it is. They know what's driving you. And then as you start to feel more comfortable in telling that story, this can become part of your story as to why you're doing this business and what it means to you. And when you can get to a space of feeling really comfortable expressing your why, you can also really turn up the magic in terms of growing your team, because that can be very impactful. You know, for somebody to tell you that that's what they want to be a part of is to be able to find a way to be more in control of their life so they can take care of those around them because they know they're precious, worthy, and loved. That sounds awesome, right? That sounds like a really mission-driven person who you'd want to partner with. And it's really a really cool thing to be able to communicate. So definitely check this one out. This one is in the post that I put in our Facebook page earlier tonight. So check that out, fill it out, and commit to getting it complete, because getting your why squared away is definitely step one. So then from there, once you've got your emotional feeling, your big why, the core that's just right down into your heart and your gut and just lights you up, once you've got that why secure, then we want you to come over here and do the why and vision casting portion. And this is where you're really going to be able to take, okay, I will check Megan and see if I can figure out how to get those links posted in a different fashion. Megan just said that the link wasn't working earlier. Okay, Karen's going to check for me too. If it doesn't work, we'll figure out how to get it in there appropriately. This one is in Mission Driven Model. The other one is not yet. I actually talked to Julie Herbst today, and she's going to get both of them in there, and actually told me it would just be a couple days. So eventually you will see both of those in missiondrivenmodel.info, but I did have the other one just personally on my desktop. So we'll get it to you guys either way. So in this one, what you're really doing is you are evaluating where your life is right now. How are you doing? Is your life thriving? Are your finances thriving? Are your relationships thriving? Do you love what you do as your career every day? Is your time, flexibility, and freedom thriving? Is your faith thriving? Is your health and wellness thriving? And then any of those that you answered no to, and it may be two, it might be all of them, then on these lines below that, you really want to call out what of these areas you'd like to address and what you do want them to look like in the next 12 to 18 months or 3 years down the road, or both. If you feel like, you know, you can kind of picture what that first step would be, and then later down the road, ideally what that would look like as well. Then from here, let's see, let's scroll down. You're going to start dreaming. So this is really fun because this is about thinking about things that you want to do, you want to have, you want to even give to others. So this can be goals within your Juice Plus business in terms of promotions, club levels, income levels. This can be experiences that you want for you and your family. These can be different, even materialistic things you would love to have in your life. These could be ways that you want to serve your community. This could be ways that you want to offer yourself to others. ever travel, anything that you can think of that you would consider a dream, that if either your time was more free or your finances were more free, or you were in a space that you could just live with greater purpose, what would that look like? What would be 10 things that you would want to do or have in your life? And write those statements down. Then on the next page, you're going to take those 10 things and you're going to turn those into goals by stating I am statements. So you are literally taking that goal or that dream, and you're putting the words I am in front of it, and then you're going to make it time bound, and you're going to decide when that's going to happen. So if maybe that first goal, that first dream is I'm going to have a qualified VF business. Well, by when? Is that going to be by the end of the year, by the end of November, by conference in Phoenix? Is it I will, hit sales coordinator by Phoenix, or I will bring in $1,000 a month in my Juice Plus business. I will be an NMD. And what is that time-bound space? And even for those things that are personal, you want a cleaning lady, and you want to achieve that by next summer. You want to be able to retire from your job. When do you want to do that by? You want to be able to take your kids on a 2-week vacation out west. When is that trip? And really giving it that time-bound answer. And turning these dreams into those I am statements will then make it a reality. It is then taking it from this obscure dream to this space of time-bound, kind of even in a SMART format, if you've heard of that before, but a format where you are committing to it because you are saying, I am going to do this. And then the next page is, what are you willing to do to get there? What are you willing to do to start thriving and turning those dreams into a reality? And so for each of those different areas, whatever those goals looked like, what are you going to do to put those I am statements into play by the date that you set it? And that can look like, and I love breaking this down even to a weekly level. It's called kind of goal setting for the now is the term. And what that means is you not only say, I want to be sales coordinator by Phoenix conference. Okay, well, work with your upline, look at the structure and the pay line that requires, and then look at what does that mean then that you need to achieve over the next 5 months. So once you know that, then you break that down. Okay, well, if that's what I need in 5 months, what do I need to do every month in order to secure my space there 5 months down the road? Okay, well, then if that's what I need to do every month, then what do I need to do each week of every month? And when you get down to that time, if that still doesn't totally get you into action, then take it down to the day. Because if that turns into, okay, I need to bring on a new teammate every month, and I want to bring in 5 new customers every month, well, then what does that look like every week? Well, maybe then that means you're going to talk to at least 10 new people every week. Well, then if you still can't get yourself to say, okay, when am I going to talk to those people? Well, then drill that down to every day. I will talk to 2 people every day. So then over the course of the week, I ideally hit 14, but if it's not 14, I will make sure it's at least 10. Hold yourself accountable to doing that work. Backload it as you get towards the end of the month. If you still don't have those 5 orders and that new teammate, work even harder then to close it out strong, and then stay on task towards those goals, because you've now goal set to the now in terms of the activity that you need to do when it is just more tangible and it's real into your schedule versus kind of being far off. Because especially when we think about goals of, retirement, large trips, you want to travel internationally, things that are really broad, you want to pay for your children's college, those things, we've really got to back it up, right? Because otherwise it's kind of just this fluffy, high pie in the sky, in the clouds type of goal. We want to really drill it down into those actionable steps. And this exercise helps you do it. It helps you evaluate where you were, dream about where you would love to be, and then turn them into I am statements so they turn into goals, and then figuring out what that action looks like on your part to hold yourself accountable to then eventually get there in the reverse. And again, with this one, challenge you to get it completed this week, and not to share it in our Facebook group, but to share it with your buddy or your upline. I would do both, and just really work with them then to create that space of accountability so they can help you really work through both of these. And tell you, when these two pieces are solid, it drives you into action on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that really does turn your goals into a reality. And it's really, really cool. And that's all I've got, Karen. It looks like you were able to grab that document and put it into the Dropbox. So I think
No. I said we will. So I think you're going to have to upload it. You have a Dropbox?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's because somehow it's coming directly off your C drive, so it's not
working. Okay. Yep, I will do that.
Awesome.
Does anybody have any questions before we disconnect?
All right.
Okay, cool.
3 newbies, and all of you also are looking for those new team members. So as you get new team members and teach them HLP to 2,000 plus, we get to invite them into this group as well. So we are so excited for a new chapter with this group. And like Megan said, there'll be a few little changes, and she and Jamie and I have a big planning session that we're getting ready to do so that we can just make sure we're ready to knock it out of the ballpark for you guys this month. So awesome.